Imagine a young woman named Sarah. For months, she watched a small, charming storefront in her town sit empty. She had a brilliant idea for a bookstore cafe. She spent her evenings sketching layouts, curating book lists, and perfecting her latte recipes in her mind. She told herself she was just waiting for the perfect moment. She needed more savings. She needed a more detailed business plan. She needed a sign from the universe. Every day she walked past the empty shop, feeling a mix of excitement and fear, and told herself, soon, just not today. The perfect moment, she believed, was just around the corner. One Tuesday morning, she saw a new sign in the window, coming soon, the daily grind. Someone else had seen the same opportunity, but instead of waiting, they had acted. The train of opportunity pulled away, leaving her with a plan she never used. We are very good at calculating the potential cost of taking action. If I start a business, I might lose my initial investment. If I ask for a promotion, my boss might say no. If I introduce myself to a stranger, I might face rejection. What we are less skilled at recognizing are the hidden costs of inaction. These are the invisible prices we pay for standing still. They don't appear on a bank statement or a report card, but they quietly drain our potential. Think of it like a slow leak in a tire. You might not notice it at first. The car still drives. But every day, a little air escapes. Over months, it increases risk of a blowout. Not investing because of fear means you miss compound interest. Invisible costs that can amount to hundreds of thousands over a lifetime. This principle extends beyond finances. Your health, energy, and mobility compound too. The habit of waiting often begins early, in places like the classroom. Picture a student in a lecture hall. The professor asks a question. A flicker tells them to raise their hand, but then hesitation. What if I'm wrong? A moment later, another student gives the exact same answer. The professor smiles. Excellent point. The first student feels a pang of regret, not just missing credit but a lost connection. This small act of hesitation, repeated, creates a powerful feedback loop. Staying silent is safe. That pattern follows us into the workplace. An employee with a great idea stays quiet. They rehearse the idea until it's perfect. But the moment to interject never comes. A colleague speaks up with a similar concept, and the team runs with it. The cost? Missed contribution, lost recognition, and a dead idea. Conversely, every time you speak up, you practice courage. The goal is to be in the game. In our professional lives, waiting is often disguised as prudence. We call it paying our dues or waiting for the right opportunity. An employee might feel undervalued. They wait for their boss to notice. Months turn into years. New colleagues are hired, some promoted ahead of them. Let's say one employee waits 3 years for a promotion the other gets in 1. It's not just lost salary. It's compounded raises, bonuses, and retirement contributions. A 2-year delay can easily translate into a 6-figure difference over a 30-year career. But the cost isn't purely financial. It chips away at your spirit, motivation, and confidence. Proactive employees seek visibility, learn new skills, network, and create momentum. They build a door and stride through it. Careers need motion like a shark. Waiting is a slow, quiet descent, not stability. The toll of inaction is most poignant in our personal relationships. How many great love stories never began because of a moment of hesitation? They felt a spark at a party or in a coffee shop. They hold their phone, rehearsing, too nervous to send the message. Maybe I'll see them again, they think, but they never do. The cost isn't an awkward rejection. It's the entire potential future, shared laughter, late-night conversations, mutual support. We focus on the fear of saying hello while ignoring the larger, permanent loss. This applies to friendships too. Invites postponed, calendar reminders snoozed. People move, change jobs, or fade into background. Life intervenes. The fragile seed of a new friendship needs water. One message, one coffee. By choosing to wait, we slowly starve our connections of what they need to thrive. There is a unique and heavy emotion that comes with realizing you've missed an opportunity. It's not the sharp sting of failure. It's a dull, persistent ache of regret. When we don't act, we're left with speculation. Endless perfect scenarios our minds invent. Instead of planning, we replay a move we never made. We second-guess, and confidence erodes. FOMO makes this worse. Highlight reels of others' wins amplify stagnation. It's a vivid reminder of experiences we're not having because we waited. The hardest part, the burden, is self-inflicted. Hesitation becomes self-blame. Hesitation, fear, inaction. It becomes a vicious cycle. Breaking out requires a mindset shift. Fear the emptiness of never having tried more than the discomfort of trying. Move from fearing failure to fearing the quiet ache of what if. Our society has a strange relationship with failure. We celebrate huge successes, but ignore the failures behind them. We're taught to avoid failure as if it's shameful. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's data that guides iteration. Every failed attempt gives you information. What doesn't work narrows what will. A shop that folds after a year teaches lessons about marketing, customer service, and finance you can't learn from books. They're now more prepared than someone still perfecting a plan on paper. Trying and failing builds resilience. You learn you can survive mistakes. Action creates momentum. An object at rest stays at rest. Overcoming inertia takes a push, but once moving it becomes easier to keep going. A failed attempt isn't a step backward. It's a step forward in a different direction. Understanding the cost of inaction is one thing. Overcoming hesitation is another. The key isn't a sudden burst of motivation. Build simple systems that make action the easy choice. One effective system is the 2-minute rule. If it takes less than 2 minutes to start, do it now. Send that email. Make that call. Ask the quick question. Shrink the task. What's the smallest possible first step? Google how to register a business name. Create a framework for reversible choices. Most decisions are type 2. You can walk back. Trying a hobby, asking someone out, applying for a job. You can experiment. Finally, schedule your actions. Treat intentions like appointments. Put it on your calendar. The goal isn't to finish today, it's to start. Focus on the first step, not the whole staircase. One small action defeats paralysis. Turn vague desire into a specific plan, the bridge from intention to action. We usually celebrate finish lines, but the most courageous moment is the beginning. It's the moment you decide to stop waiting and take a first small, imperfect step. Send one email, write one sentence, do one push-up, make one phone call. Every large achievement is the result of many small, consistent actions. Habit of starting small leads to remarkable results. Don't underestimate the power of a minor action. Plant the first seed today. Where have you been standing on the platform waiting? What invisible price have you paid? Forget the fear of failure. Focus on the smallest action you can take right now. That first step is your point of power.